Okay, I told you all I was going to do a video, and here it is. And this video is about restaurants and bars. Restaurants and bars. Um, there's a lot of talk in the news at the moment about restaurants, bars. When are they going to be opening? What date will they be opening? The government are saying this, they're saying that. The Fall Child, they're saying this, they're saying that. The government, blah blah blah. The media is saying something else, and right now it's chaos, guys, because nobody knows what the other one is doing. Nobody knows what the other one's going to say because nobody's communicating. So I can only go by what I'm hearing at the moment in the media, basically, like anybody else. So, from what I've been hearing, from what I've been reading, um, they're saying, and I only read this recently, they're saying that restaurants will be opening in June and bars will be opening in July. So let's let's talk about restaurants first. Restaurants, when they open, they basically will be allowing you to eat at the restaurant, but you'll have to eat outdoors. Okay? Now, here's the thing, guys. Um, here's the thing. I don't quite understand why they're doing that. Because the way I see it is if people want to eat indoors, they should be allowed to do it. If they want to eat outdoors, they should be allowed to do it. The same thing with the bars. If you want to eat indoors, you should be allowed to do it. If you want to eat outdoors, you should be allowed to do it. If you want to drink indoors, you should be allowed to do it. Drink outdoors, you should be allowed to do it. So we are living at the moment in a dictatorship. Um, Now here's the thing about the restaurants. They're saying that when they do open up and you're seated outdoors, they'll have to have a couple of meters apart like that from one person to the other person to the other person. Okay? So from one to another, it has to be like, I think, what is it, 2 meters apart? The other thing, you have to have your face covering on, your mask, your face covering. So you have to be social distancing. You have to have your face covering on. And that's what confuses me. What do you go into a restaurant for? What do we all go into a restaurant for? Food, right? We go in for food. Where does the food go? When we eat the food, where does it go? In there. Into the mouth. Where's the mask? Like that. So the mask is covering your whole face, basically. Except for your and around the ears. So let's think about that. You're trying to eat, you have a mask on. How do you eat? If I have a mask on, how can I eat here? What you have to do is you have to keep taking the mask down. Okay? No brains required there. To eat, take a bite of food, put it back up, eat, bite of food. Yeah. So basically, even while you're eating, I'm presuming, unless of course you can take it off completely, while you're eating. But that doesn't make sense because they said, Fáilte Ireland, you have to have your mask on while you're eating. It doesn't make sense. How are you supposed to eat your food and have a mask on? Now, let's move on to the bars. They're saying July for the bars at the moment. And, excuse me. And they're saying July, and when they open the bars, much like the restaurants, you won't be able to drink indoors at first. You'll have to drink outdoors. They'll only have the bars open till 11:30 at night. Um, so you'll have a bunch of people, and make no mistake about it's going to happen. All standing outside, drinking. Can anybody make sense of that? Am I missing something? Is there some story in the news that I haven't read? Because that's what I've been reading, that you basically have to be eating, drinking outdoors. Am I missing something? Like, you're going to have what? How many people on average go to a bar? 20, 30 people at a time? Sometimes 40. I don't know. So let's say 40 people all standing around outside one bar. And the other thing is this whole time limit, where you'll have a time limit set on you, on any of you out there, to be in a bar of, what is it, 45 minutes? I heard Red FM saying 45 minutes, somebody else, what was it, said 120 minutes. I don't know. 120 minutes is 2 hours. 45 minutes is basically half an hour, 15 minutes. 45 minutes, okay? 3/4 of an hour. So, this is the part that gets me. Whoever made up these decisions in Fáilte Ireland or in the government or whatever, must have no brains. Because all a person has to do is drink in one pub for 45 minutes. Once that time limit is up, and by the way, a lot of bars, they're not going to go by this time limiting. They're not, let's be honest. That's not going to work out. And I'm telling you that right now. You're going to hear stories in the news, trust me, about the guards going in or something, telling people to leave because the time limit is up, or the bars being forced to push somebody out. It's not going to work out, guys. It's going to be chaos. So, there's going to be a time limit of like 45 minutes for each person to be in the bar. So, all the person has to do when they're finished, when their time limit is up, is leave one bar and go into another one. 45 minutes, that's 90 minutes. Then leave that one, go into another one for another 45 minutes, go into another one. And it goes on and on for hours. That's all people have to do. The people who make these decisions, are they stupid? Do they have no brains? And the other thing I've been reading a lot about is, and I have to get this off my chest, the musicians. Now, not all musicians are whining and complaining about this, but some are on social media, okay? A couple of them are, where they're saying, there's going to be no live music. And yeah, they did come out and say that, there's going to be no live music. So, they'll be open till 11:30. They can't have live music in between that? Now, um, the thing about this is, guys, live music, who gives a crap? Okay? I have many friends of mine, even through this whole lockdown thing, guys, when this whole COVID thing was going on for over a year, they didn't care about being out of work. They didn't care because they had some valuable time. They had some time to spend with their family. They didn't care about having to get dressed up, go to work, you know. But the other thing about this is, and the musicians need to understand this, who are complaining about this, okay? Um, the bars have been closed for what? The bars have been closed for what? A year or so? And in that year, in that whole year, they've been closed. Have they been making money? No. So if they haven't been making money, how on earth do you expect them to pay you if they don't have the money? And they need to have the money coming back in before they can afford to pay musicians. Now maybe Falls Ireland don't want any music anymore, period. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe probably that'll change down the line. I don't know. I can't give you the answer to that. That's up to them. But the musicians need to understand that with their whining and complaining, there's no live music, there's no live music. The bars have been closed for 14 months. They don't have money. At the moment, they're even trying to get the bars done up now again. Okay? They're trying to get them remodeled or whatever, I guess, again, all done up again. That's more money they have to spend out. They have to fork out more money for that now. So they don't have the money at the moment to pay you. It's not to say it won't happen in the future. Chill out, calm down, stop whining, stop crying like little babies, and get over it. And if they can't do it in the future, there's nothing you can do about it.